Every time I'm trying to make a video, somebody always call me. But anyway, this video is going to show you how grandmasters think. You get inside a grandmaster's head. So when you go meet, it's like when you play chess, you always gotta have a strategy before you play the game. The same thing like boxing, karate, wrestling. You always gotta have something in mind what you're gonna do before you actually do it. So it's like preparing you for it. So if you know what type of move, what type of set, what type of position you try to knock your opponent out with, you get more confident, and then all you gotta do is make it happen. So when in chess, same thing, you come up with a game plan. All right. Now this video is gonna show you the best move for white. His first best move for white. I mean, what's his first best move for white? Somebody might play pawn the rook four. Don't be surprised. You might see that move, but that's not the best move for white. But you could just take advantage with pawn the king four. Then they might open up with something silly like pawn the queen three, and then you can make pawn the queen five, or from this, yeah, pawn the queen five from black angle would be pawn the queen five. So, all right. But then that's where you see black got a very momentum setup already. He got the squares attacking this square. Blacks look good, and it's all about the squares. All right, so boom. All right, another move you might see pawn bishop pawn four. Bishop pawn four, you might see that move. It's an easy access for bishop to come out here, start quick here. But that's a move you don't see too often, you know. But it's not very popular. All right. So I'm gonna get into it. The best move you might want to see for white, it will be pawn to e4. The number one best move you can make with white is pawn to e4. Cause usually somebody might say, wow, the best move could be pawn, it could be pawn on, it could be queen to pawn four for white. A lot of people like to play the queen open. Queen to pawn four for white versus pawn to e4. Only thing about that move, that's if you play queen to pawn four, right? Then I play queen to pawn five, right? On black side, right? Queen to pawn five on black side. But it's protected already. Both pawns is protected by the queen. So then the next move would possibly be he might play knight to f3. So it's like saying for white to play that, it's like now you saying, well, it's like a defense move for white by you playing queen four. You know what I mean? So because black could play, what black could play? Uh, Black might want to play knight to bishop three. He might want to set up this. He might want to set up this opening. He might want to set up the king, the king to five opening. You know, he might want to set that open in future. But nevertheless, it's just that for white point of view, white is it's like it's on the defense point of view for white. So that's why I didn't recommend that one. That's why I say pawn to king five was the best move for white. Because not naturally, naturally let me show you. All right, so white plays pawn to king five, right? Now, whatever, if ever, let me see. Let me just go into it. All right, knight on king bishop three. I'm gonna get into it. Knight on king bishop three. Now already, White is attacking the king's pawn. So now it puts black on defense mode versus when it had the queen out and it was looking like the queen was playing defense when you play pawn to queen four with white because it's like white's on defense. Well, I put white on defense where you could put white on offense. So now we play pawn to king four. Now when black has to do something about this pawn because it's being attacked. So that's why I said pawn to king four was the best opening move for white. Knight on king, bishop three. Knight on king, knight on king, bishop three. There was a way, but knight on king, bishop, knight on king, bishop. Let me see, knight on king four. All right, knight on king, bishop three. Pawn on king four. Pawn on king four. Oh, knight. I'm looking at knight on king, bishop three. Pawn on queen four. All right, there we go. Pawn on queen four. All right, so if you're in a situation like that where black try to be aggressive, and you're playing speed chess, don't let that move intimidate you because that move intimidates a lot of chess players. Pawn to queen four. So we about to get into a good deep game. So now what you do? Do white takes pawn? Do pawn takes pawn or do knight takes pawn? So you got two options on the board here. For all my chess players that's experts, masters, which one you would do first looking at this game? Do pawn takes pawn or do knight takes pawn? That if you was right. Right. Very, very, very decisive, right? All right. So let's get into it. Knight takes pawn on king five. All right. So we're gonna go with knight. We're gonna go with the knight option. How's black respond to that move? Pawn takes pawn. Very logical move. Pawn takes pawn at this game right here. Now it's white's move. Knight on queen bishop three. Knight on queen bishop three. Okay. Now you're gonna see why the pawn king first move out was the best strong move as this game continues. Queen on king two. Queen on king two. Okay. Okay. That's probably the best move black could do so far. It's queen on king two. Pawn on queen. Pawn on queen four. Pawn on queen four. Pawn on queen four detects the knight. Knows that knight could have moved to knight to bishop, bishop, bishop four, but he ain't played knight to bishop four. So that's another thing when you think about how grandmasters think. Sometimes, not going back on the defense, but trying to play offense. White is continuing his offense game. He's not backing up. He continued the offense because he said, well, I got a good position. I'm going to go with pawn on queen four. All right, so now, yeah, pawn takes pawn, en passant. For those who don't know what en passant is when anytime a pawn is on the fifth rank, gets on the fifth rank from black sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the fifth rank. And if you passes that pawn on the fifth rank, it's called en passant. You could take like that. Okay, boom. All right. So that's en passant because he passed the pawn on the fifth ring. So you could take like that. Only because the piece was on the fifth ring. All right, let's get into it. Queen on bishop to bishop four. Let's see. Queen bishop on bishop four. Queen bishop on bishop four. Okay. Boom. He used the precise move, queen on bishop 4. He could have took the pawn. Queen could have took the pawn, or white could have took the pawn. I mean, pawn could take pawn, or queen could take pawn. But he said, nah, I'm not going to worry about that pawn. You know what I mean? Nah, I got a stronger move than that. Which is a very decisive move. Sometimes in chess, you could beat somebody if you just think about a precise move. Because he could have took the pawn with the queen. Then he could have took pawn takes pawn. But he said, nah, I'm going to go with bishop to bishop 4. So, very, very aggressive move. He's not even worrying about the pawn at this particular time. All right. Pawn takes pawn. He said, well, I'll take it. Check to the queen. Queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn. Queen knight on bishop 3. Queen knight on bishop 3. All right, so we got queen knight on bishop 3. Now, knight on queen 5. Knight on queen 5 comes in from that position. Knight on queen 5 comes in from that position. Okay. White is looking very aggressive in this opening. Queen on queen 1. Queen on queen 1 decides to go home. All right. He decides to go home because he tapped the queen. Now, this is very good position for white in his opening. And reason why white got this opening, because he led with the move pawn to king 4 in the beginning. And you see why that beginning move was so perfect for him. You know, you got 90, well, like I think it's like 96% chances of winning with pawn to king 4. It's like a 96% chances for white to win with pawn to king 4 in the beginning. So that's just some minor thought. Castle, queen side. Castle, queen side. Now it's looking vicious now. Queen bishop on queen 2. Queen bishop on queen 2. All right, so he blocks the pin. You see now he blocks the pin. All right. Now for the most who play chess on a regular basis, they know what the pin is. He bishop blocks the pin from the queen. Those who knows more about chess and play chess on a regular basis, they know what that is. Knight takes queen bishop pawn. Okay. Knight takes queen bishop pawn. So look like a sacrifice piece right there. All right. Sometimes you you got the position, and white got a lot of things going on for him. He got the rook file, got the queen pinned down, he got the knight in the bush up. All right, so we'll see how this gonna go down. Queen takes knight. You say, well, if you're gonna give it to me, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? That's just how it's gonna go down. Rook takes bush up. No, well, rook takes bush up. Wow. Rook takes bush up on that end. Check to the queen. Check to the queen. Look at that. So what black could do here? What can black do here? Queen on knight 1. Obviously, the queen has got to run somewhere. And what do the queen run to? He runs the queen on knight 1. He wants to stay in there, the queen knight 1. You know, queen on knight 1. I guess he wants the queen on knight 1 because if knight moves somehow, he could take the bush up. So he got the bush up pinned down. So I think that's the reason why he chose queen and knight 1. Because he got the bush up pinned down to the knight. Queen and knight 1. Now, From here, this when I stopped it from here. And White should come out on top and win this game from that position. So, you know, thanks to pawn on e4 led to this good move opening. And then Black trying to play queen the pawn 4 in the beginning, trying to trick him up. But you can rewind this video because if you played in chess in the park, Times Square, where you play at, they always gonna try to play these tricky moves. And just know that you watch my video, and you should have nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? If you memorize the lines. All right, so to it. Appreciate it. Peace out.